What's up, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of the wrap-up. It's going to be 3 parts. I'm going to do the dimes today. I'm going to save the pennies for last because me and Keith found quite a few really cool pennies in the customer wrap rolls for that. So part 3 is going to take me a little bit longer to do. I should have it done by Wednesday. But, I mean, we literally found tubes and tubes of pennies that were red uncirculated pennies, some wheat pennies, just some really cool stuff. So that one's going to take a little bit longer to do. It's going to be a longer video, but I'm just going to show you guys the dimes that we found real quick. So we got a 1970, heavily damaged, heavily circulated, not a good looking coin. However, it is a reverse of 1968, or what they call the reverse of 1968. And basically the best way to tell that, of course, is the flame on top of the torch here. You can see these extra lines, this extra detail. This was actually intended for the reverse reverse proof dies. And they were used on some of the 1969D, 1970, and 1970D dimes. So it is considered a variety. Again, not a very good looking coin at all. However, it is a variety, so we'll keep that. And then we've got a 1970D. Circulated, of course. Got a little bit of a kiss there on the right side behind his head from the roll crimper. A little bit of an older die state, too, as you can see by the metal flow there, going from the middle out. But it is another reverse of 1968. This one's a little bit worn, so it's kind of hard to tell. Let's see if I get a shadow up in there. There we go. Now you can kind of see the extra detail. So that is another variety. Kind of cool. We find a decent amount of those, but we always keep them because, I mean, a variety is what it is, so it's always good to keep that. Again, everybody collects coins and hunts coins a different way. It's whatever you're into. And then I had a couple coins that we kept. I'm not going to keep them permanently. Probably going to put them back into circulation. But I've got a 2015P. And I just wanted to keep this one to show you guys an example of a worn die. And again, as a die goes through its life, it gets worn down. And the edges become pretty uncrisp. And it allows metal to flow in between the devices, which would be all of these raised parts. That's a device. So in God We Trust, all of the date, the designer's initials, Liberty, all of that is a device. And then the field, of course, is just the field, the background, basically all of this of the coin. As the die wears down, it allows metal to flow in between what should be a sharp device, and makes it look kind of mushy like that. And you can kind of see how the metal flows kind of from the middle out to form that edge right there. And you can actually see it's kind of wavy. It just looks awful. So this is definitely towards the end of a die's life. And as it goes through its life, of course, whether it's clashed or not, the mint worker will polish it and try to get as much life out of it as they possibly can. But sometimes it's not so pretty. Looks like there's even a little bit of a die chip right there above his eye. One of the many things that can happen as a die is used or overused, in my opinion. Same thing with the reverse. Serious loss of detail. Okay, so that's a pretty good example of a worn die. However, we found a better one that is an even better example of a worn die. This thing is crazy. 1989 Philadelphia. And this thing has way outlived its life expectancy, but they were still using it. Most of In God We Trust and the We is missing. And then if you look over here at the date, you can really see where there's not much of an edge anymore. I mean, it's just allowing metal to flow through the whole thing. A lot of the top of Liberty is missing. Okay. Then the reverse is an even better example. I mean, this is absolutely awful. Look at the distortion in Of America. I mean, there's so much detail loss. There's a lot of it is literally just missing. And it just looks mushy. I mean, the top of the E is missing, most of this R is missing, and it's mushy. And also, to show that they were trying to get as much life out of this die as possible, down here to the right of the bottom of the torch and above the word dime, you can see that this is definitely struck through grease. So that's some grease that was left over when they were trying to polish it to make it look a little bit better and get as much out of it as they possibly could. This die set was probably retired very shortly after this coin was struck. They probably canceled the die, retired it, got rid of it. Because this thing is bad. This thing is real bad. But I just wanted to show you guys a couple of examples of, how bad dies can get. I'm sure you've seen them, but a lot of times people think that this is wear, and this isn't wear. This coin looked like this, minus the, the obvious scratches and striations from being spent over the years. This coin looked like this as soon as it was struck, as soon as it came out of the mint. This is, all of this loss of detail up here was there from the beginning. All right, and then we've got a little bit of silver. One silver coin found out of those dimes, which is cool. I mean, the cool part about it is that, silver's getting harder and harder to find all the time. Silver prices are going up. People are starting to hunt for silver in rolls. So anytime you find silver, it's a good day. Circulated, but hey, who cares? Sure, it'd be great if it was uncirculated, but that's fine. It's a Denver strike. It's always exciting to find these in the roll with the reverse showing, and then you see that mint mark staring back at you. You know it's a 1964 before dime. Very awesome. Silver. Not going to complain. But anyways, as I was saying before in the beginning of the video, Wednesday I'm going to come out with all of the pennies that me and Keith found in those customer wrap rolls. Totally epic. It's going to take me a little bit longer, like I said, to make the video, and it's going to be a little bit longer video, but it's going to be totally worth it. But until then, guys, thanks for checking us out. God bless. Love you all, and we will see you in the next couple of days. Take care.